from the Sims Complete Quarterback Camp. Phil, thanks so much for your time. What is the most important fundamental that you are teaching to these youngsters?
Oh, to say one, well, I think the great thing about football and what I love about it, even to this day, especially in this time, it's about respect, discipline, taking. It's really great. And I think we teach that to the kids here, too. We are demanding. My son's, he has the big, loud mouth, I guess you'd want to say, or voice. He kind of controls the crowd, and I stick my nose in there wherever I have to.
It's funny that you would say that. How would you say the position has changed in the last 25 years, even since you've played the quarterback position? Obviously, we've seen it change in style and the way they use the quarterback, but just fundamentally, how much of it has changed? And also, where is it going? Because I don't think it's completely evolved yet.
Well, no, it hasn't. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep evolving. And I think because there's becoming more and more people who can help the quarterbacks learn to throw the ball better, more efficiently, accurate, all those things with less stress as time goes on. Of course, the game has changed dramatically. So when the game changes dramatically and the rules change, it changes the position for almost everybody on the football field. So when we work with quarterbacks, which we work with a lot, we do strict fundamentals that we really believe in, how to make you throw the ball farther, harder, spin it more, but never get a sore arm. To me, that's the main key for what we do. And also, we probably spend at least minimum 50% of the time throwing off the wrong foot, moving right, left, throwing across the field, all the throws that we see the really good quarterbacks make in the NFL.
Phil, I want to ask you about the local quarterback scene. Of course, Daniel Jones taken 6th overall by the Giants. How do you think it's going to play out between him and Eli Manning this year?
Well, it'll play itself out, and I think we all know that. I really believe that Eli Manning, his position, his knowledge, they've put a really good team around him on the offensive side. I think he has a chance to have maybe one of his best years of his career. Statistically, will the Giants be a great team? I don't know about that. There's concerns about the defense. There's so many things to it, but I love their offense as far as the style that Pat Shurmur wants as a total offense. Of course, Saquon Barkley is going to be a big deal. And, Pat Shurmur did a pretty good job with Case Keenum up in Minnesota. And I think the talent that Eli has around him with New York is better than what Case Keenum had in Minnesota. So I really think it's set up for Eli to have a good year. And if the chance comes up that maybe it's not going well, they lose games, things like that, then Daniel Jones, if they think they can give him a shot somewhere during the year, they'll take it, but only if the Giants, I think, are out of the race.
It's a debate that actually I've had with a couple of people about this, is that it's not necessarily if the offense isn't going. Let's say the offense is clicking and doing really well, but the defense, as we know, there's some questions there. It is young in certain areas, that maybe the defense isn't holding up, and, late in the season, the record isn't what it should be. Should the Giants make the move just to get Daniel Jones experience, or should they leave Eli in there because it's working and they want to keep him for another year or two?
No. I think if it gets late in the year and they're definitely out of it, no matter how it's all going, I think they would want to get him some experience. It doesn't mean that Eli wouldn't be back for the following year. It just means, hey, he was a high pick in the draft, the 6th pick. So they're going to want to get him some experience. It's a really big deal. If he goes out there and hands the ball off 20 times, that is still an experience of standing in front of the crowd in the stadium, looking at a defense. All those things are important. I'm sure once they fall out of a playoff hunt, that they're going to look to ways to get Daniel Jones into the football game. The fans are going to want to see him. The coaches want to see him. And let's be honest, that's just the way it's going to be. They got to try to groom the next quarterback. If they get that opportunity late in the year because of the situation they're in, then Daniel Jones will absolutely get some playing time.
Phil, on the Jets side, Sam Darnold, of course, entering his 2nd year. If he was at your camp, what would you want to work with him on?
Oh, it's interesting. He's kind of a self-made quarterback in a way. He has great feet. What I love about him, he's a modern-day quarterback. In other words, he's a big guy, moves, good feet, and he throws really well on the run, gets out of the pocket, those type of things. And, it's instincts. He showed it at Southern Cal. I think which has been repeated many times after he was hurt and set out a few games last year. He came back, he was much better. You know, he started relaxing, he started understanding, and sitting back and watching sometimes as a young quarterback is good. And what would I teach him? It depended on what I really saw in person. I've never had a chance to be on a field and watch Sam Darnold throw, but would I teach him something? Absolutely. Because there's no way I'm going to sit here and watch a quarterback throw and go, oh, it's perfect, you're good. Because you can always get better. Golfers can always get better. You know, all shooters, even, you know, if you look at the Warriors, Curry, he's always working to try to get his shot better. So the same you have to do with no matter how good a quarterback is playing, you got to know what's going on and keep him sharp. And if he starts to falter just a little, you got to be able to tell them why they are faltering. And what I mean by that, that's got to be physical. And when you help them physically, it's amazing. The better you throw the ball, the smarter decision maker you become, because you know where the ball is going to go. So you trust yourself and you have confidence, you see it, and it's a great thing. When a quarterback can just unleash the football as hard as he wants to throw it and throw it exactly where he wants to throw it, man, I'm telling you, it's a great feeling, it's a great power, and that's when you get great quarterback play.
All right, Phil. Hey, thanks so much for your time. Have a great quarterback camp, okay?
Well, we're having a great camp. It's hot as it can be, and I got 19 layers of clothes on, and I got 4 layers of sunscreen. I'm sweating to death, but it's all good. It's still a lot of fun.
For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.